Alrighty then, yes, it worked. Goodiest positioning in the center, everybody. The name's Blue Fang, and welcome back to another episode of Hunger Games Simulator every Sunday. Kill me. Last episode, we did the worst episode of this series. No offense, but this is by far the worst. And that's not even with the update not working, and I found the classic one and went back. This time, 2010's cartoons characters. Let's review the cast. Finn the Human, Adventure Time. Gumball Watterson, The Amazing World of Gumball. Steven Universe, Steven Universe. Sanjay Patel, Sanjay and Craig. Sophia the First, Sophia the First. Die, My Little Pony. Lincoln Loud, Loud House. Wander, Wander Over Yonder. Uncle Grandpa, Uncle Grandpa. Grizz, We Bear Bears. Dipper Pines, Gravity Falls. Clarence, Clarence. Chase, Paw Patrol. Lingo, Lingo Show. Mordecai, Regular Show. Rick Sanchez, Rick and Morty. Panty Anarchy from Panty and Stocking. Robot and Monster. Daniel Mendel from Dan Versus. Sway Sway, Breadwinners. Mau Mau, Mau Mau and the Heroes of Pure Heart. Bob Belcher, Bob's Burgers. Bluey, Apple and Onion. And with that, now it's time for the Root Forecast. I have watched quite a few of these shows, but the shows that I've watched the most recently that I liked were Panty and Stocking and Dan Versus, so we're going to go with those two. Let's proceed. As the tributes there on their podiums, the horn sounds. Bob takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Apple and Lincoln run away. Sanjay snatches a pair of sais. Dipper grabs a shield. Sway and Finn run away. Wander finds a bag full of explosives. Chase grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Panty runs away. Bluey snatches a pair of sais. Robot finds a bows and arrow on a quiver. Clarence runs away. Mordecai runs into the cornucopia and hides. Uncle Grandpa scares Lingo away from the cornucopia. Gumball runs away. Dan clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Grizz runs away. Steven runs away. Sophia runs away. Mama runs away. Rick runs away. And the horse that I fucking hate grabs a backpack and retreats. Dipper thinks about home. Sophia scares Mordecai off. Lingo steals from Uncle Grandpa while he isn't looking. The horse that I fucking hate kills Clarence. You know, I actually respect Clarence somewhat, so horse that I fucking hate, die. Bluey steals from Gumball while he isn't looking. Apples goes hunting. Chase throws a knife into Bob's head. Rick injures himself. Lincoln overhears Steven and Wander talking in the distance. Finn travels to higher ground. Sanjay, Robot, and Dan hunt for other tributes. Grizz injures himself. Panty tries to spearfish with the trident. Sway discovers a river, and Mau Mau dies of hunger. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Clarence from District 6, Bob from District 11, and Mau Mau from District 11. So we went from 24 survivors to 21, and District 11 is completely dead. Sorry, Thrawn fan, I know you were rooting for Bob Belcher. If I had to take a guess for who else you'd root for, probably Mordecai. So, Lincoln receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Rick sets an explosive off, killing Robot, Lingo, and Grizz. Uncle Grandpa is awoken by nightmares. Chase sees a fire but stays hidden. Apple sees a fire but stays hidden. The fucking horse that I hate receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Unknown. Sway, Finn, Dipper, and Mordecai sleep in shifts. Sophia stabs Gumball with a tree branch. Sanjay and Panty run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Bluey and Steven fight Dan and Wander. Dan and Wander survive. You know, I honestly can and can't believe that. Like, I think Steven is the most powerful person on that list. But Dan is so petty, he took down the entire country of Canada, and Wander is a galactic threat that I think they'd be enough for Steven. And Bluey is a literal fucking child. Anyways, Apple's pricked by thorns of picking berries. Panty begs for Sanjay to kill her. He refuses, keeping Panty alive. Lincoln, Sophia, Uncle Grandpa Sway, and that fucking horse that I hate hunt for other tributes. When Wander tends to Dipper's wounds, Dan, Mordecai, Chase, and Finn hunt for other tributes. Rick sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Robot from District 9, Lingo from District 7, Grizz from District 5, Gumball from District 1, Bluey from District 12, and Steven from District 2. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. With that, we went from 21 survivors to 15 survivors. And we are District 11 is still the only one out. 21-15, almost halfway. Let's go. Proceed. Wander and Rick hold hands. Panty and Lincoln hold hands. Lincoln, run. Panty is played by Junko Enoshima and is a horny bastard. Lincoln, run. Well, yeah, just run. I don't trust her. Panty's unable to start fire and sleep. Chase is unable to start fire and sleeps without warmth. Bleh. Sophia cooks her food before putting her fire out. Mordecai, Dan, and Sanjay discuss the games, what might happen in the morning. That fucking horse that I hate tends to Uncle Grandpa's wounds. Finn fends Sway, Apple, and Dipper away from his fire. Panty tries to spear fish with a trident. Uncle Grandpa and Sophia talk about the hunt for other tributes. Chase makes a wooden spear. Wander overhears Apple and Rick talking in the distance. Sway fishes. Mordecai constructs a shack. Dipper catches Lincoln off guard and kills him. Dan, Finn, that fucking horse that I hate, and Sanjay hunt for other tributes. One cannon shot, it's Lincoln from District 4. Still, District 11 is the only one out, but we did go from 15 survivors to 14. So, proceed. Dan is unable to start fire and sleeps without warmth. Sophia questions her sanity. Finn and that fucking horse that I hate talk about the tribute still alive. Dipper does the impossible and fends a police dog, an Indian kid, and Mordecai away from his fire. Apple and Uncle Grandpa talk about the tribute still alive. Sway receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Panty sets up camp for the night. Rick looks at the night sky, and Wander looks at the night sky. Sanjay, Uncle Grandpa, and that fucking horse that I hate hunt for other tributes. Apple attacks Panty, but she manages to escape. I mean, yeah, this person can use underwear and turn it into a gun. So of course she would manage to escape. Chase steals from Dipper while he isn't looking. Dan tends to Finn's wounds. Sophia and Rick hunt for the tributes. Mordecai sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Wander practices archery. Sway makes a wooden spear. Monkey Mutts! Sway, that fucking horse that I hate, and Wander survive. Sanjay dies from internal bleeding. Chase survives. I lost this episode thanks to Dan and Panty getting killed. Sophia injures Apple and leaves him to die. Rick, Mordecai, Uncle Grandpa, and Finn Dipper survive. Alright. This sucks, but whatever. Sanjay from District 2, Dan from District 10, Panty from District 9, and Apple from District 12. You know what's the worst? When, like, you actually like an episode going into it, so you're rooting for your characters that much harder. Alright. Districts 2, 9, 11, and 12 are completely out. We had 14, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're down to the top 10 already. Yeah, top 10. That fucking horse that I hate tries to sing herself to sleep. Rick repeatedly stabs Dipper to death with a scythe. Chase and Wander hold hands. Finn throws a knife into Sophia's chest. Mordecai tries to sing himself to sleep. Probably just be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I even did the hand thing he does. Uncle Grandpa climbs a tree to rest, and Sway sets up camp for the night. The cornucopia is replenished with food supplies, summons, and memoirs from Tributes families. Rick falls into a pit and dies. Sway decides not to go to the feast. Chase spears Uncle Grandpa in the abdomen. Mordecai earns MVP status by killing that fucking horse that I hate. Wander decides not to go to the feast, and Finn decides not to go to the feast. Let's fucking go, Mordecai. I'm rooting for you now. Sway and Mordecai work together to drown Chase. Wander injures himself. Finn receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. That is 6 cannon shots being heard in the distance. Dipper from District 6, Sophia from District 3, Rick from District 8, Uncle Grandpa from District 5, that fucking horse that I hate from District 3, and Chase from District 7. With that, Districts 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, and 12 are completely out, as we went from 10 survivors to 4. Let's do this. Mordecai looks at the night sky. Wander sees medical splash from an unknown sponsor. Finn convinces Sway not to kill him, only to kill him instead. So Sway is dead, meaning we only have good cartoons left. Finn and Wander were together for the day. Mordecai dies trying to escape the arena. Sorry, Thrawn fan. Two cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Sway from District 10, Mordecai from District 8. Districts 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are out. Will it be Finn the Human from Adventure Time or Wander from Wander Over Yonder? I'm going to put my money on Wander. Fuck! It's Finn the Human. Alright, so let's review the placements. In 24th, Clarence Wendell from Clarence, a decent show. Bob Belcher in 23rd from Bob's Burgers. I'll say it's alright. 22nd, Mau Mau from Mau Mau and the Heroes of Pure Heart. Never watched it. 21st, Robot from Robot Monster. Again, never watched it. And 20th, Lingo from The Lingo Show. Guess what? I never watched it. And 19th, Grizz from We Bare Bears. It's alright. I didn't get to see too much of it though. In 18th, Gumball Watterson from The Amazing World of Gumball. Recommend. In 17th, Bluey. It's better than showing your kid Cocomelon, though that's not the highest of praise. In 16th, Steven Universe from Steven Universe. Upon watching the show again, I gotta say that it's just okay. It's not all that it was hyped to be. In 15th, Lincoln Loud from The Loud House. If you're gonna watch the show, stop watching after season 2, and whatever you do, do not look up anything related to this fandom. Seriously, The Loud House almost rivals My Hero fans for creepy and weird, and that is a fucking achievement. In 14th, Sanjay Patel from Sanjay and Craig. I did not watch. In 13th, with 2 kills to his name, Daniel Mendel from Dan Versus. Excellent show. I recommend you watch. In 12th, Panty Anarchy from Panty and Stocking. I recommend you watch this if you are over the age of 18 and have no problem with heavy sex-driven humor. In 11th, Apple from Apple and Onion. I did not watch. In 10th, 1 kill, Mason / Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls. Pretty good. In 9th, with 2 kills, Sophia the First. I don't know. I think it's for little girls. In 8th, with 4 kills, the highest kills in this game, we have Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Watch seasons 1 and 2 and be done. That's the ideal Rick and Morty experience. In 7th, and somehow our farthest going pacifist, Uncle Grandpa. His show is shit. In 6th, with 1 kill, that fucking horse that I hate. In 5th, with 2 kills, Chase from Paw Patrol. In 4th, with 1 kill, Sway Sway Breadwinners. Didn't watch, don't care. In 3rd, with 2 kills, regular shows Mordecai. Pretty damn good. In 2nd, with 2 kills, Wander from Wander Over Yonder. It's actually pretty damn good. And the winner with 2 kills to his name is Finn the Human from Adventure Time. Again, recommend, pretty damn good. Here's our... We're about shorter than average. District placements in 12th, 11, and 11th, 2, in 10th, 9, in 9th, 12, in 8th, 6th, in 7th, 5, in 6th, 3, in 5th, 7, in 4th, 10, in 3rd, 8, in 2nd, 4, and in 1st, 1. There you have it. That'll conclude 2010's Hunger Games Simulator. Thanks to Animal Jam. I completely forgot to mention you in the intro, but it's fine. You're getting your ending credits. And next episode, we're going to be doing literal James Bond movies, so stay tuned for that if you like that. But until that time happens, name's Blue Fang, yada yada blah blah, you know the drill, bye.